Good morning students. So today let's start the new topic, population. Now as we have already studied, the population means the total number of interbreeding individuals of a particular species. That is known as population. Now while studying population, we come across different types of small populations which are present in a particular area. Those are known as the local populations or the DIM. Now population attribute, which is a very important part of population. The first is the population density. Population density means the total number of individuals that are present in a population in a particular area in a particular time. That is known as the population density. Natality means the number of individuals that are taking birth. That is the birth rate. In other words, we can call it that is natality. Mortality or death rate, that means the number of individuals they are declining or dying, or constitutes the mortality. Now, after knowing natality and mortality, we can calculate the fourth population attribute, that is the vital index. Vital index means birth rate divided by death rate into 100. Now, next term is the population dispersal. While we are studying about all these things, we see that some organisms may sometime come into a population and add its number, or some may go from that particular population and decrease its number. These phenomena are known as either immigration, emigration or migration. Now, in population dispersal, we get this particular diagram. Here, this is the total number of individuals in a population. I is the immigration. Immigration means the number of individuals that are coming into the population. This immigration is adding the number to the population. So the arrow is facing towards N. Now, B means the birth rate. Birth rate, here the organisms are taking birth and it is adding to the population. Death, due to which or mortality, which organisms are declining. That's why it is moving outside of the population. Emigration means the moving of organisms from the population to other localities. So this is also here population number is declining. Now the population growth can be calculated by Nt plus 1 equal to Nt plus B plus I minus D plus E. Now here Nt is the initial time, that is the size of the population initially, and Nt plus 1 means the size of the population at time T plus 1. B means the birth rate, I means immigration, D death rate, emigration. All these factors together help us to calculate the population growth. Now, while we are studying about age distributions, now in population we normally find different types of people. Plant, animal or whatever, we find different type of people. Some may be pre-reproductive, that is the organisms which are attaining reproductive ability and they are fast growing. Reproductive organisms which have attained sexual maturity and are able to reproduce, and the post-reproductive organisms which have lost the power of reproduction and finally they are towards the old age. Now, based on this, we get three types of age distribution graph. First is the expanding graph. Here this is the diagram. Here number 1, it representing the pre-reproductive individuals where the number is very much more. The reproductive individuals number is less. Post-reproductive individual number are further less. So this indicates an expanding graph, age distribution graph. In a stable population graph, here the number of pre-reproductive and reproductive individuals are almost similar, while the post-reproductive individuals are declining or less. That's why it gives a stable population. And in declining, the pre-reproductive individuals are less, the reproductive individual number is more, and the post-reproductive are less. That's why as the pre-reproductive individual number is less, that's why this particular population growth is declining. Now, based on all this, we find three types of age pyramids. Now, age pyramids means these are the graphical representation of a population, how the different pre-reproductive, reproductive and post-reproductive organisms are distributed or how they are present, what number is present. Based on that, we find three different types of pyramids. First is the triangular pyramid. Here the pre-reproductive individual number is more, reproductive less, post-reproductive more less. A bell-shaped curve. Here reproductive and post-reproductive almost are same. and reproductive and pre-reproductive almost same, post-reproductive less. And in urn-shaped, the reproductive organisms are more, pre and post-reproductive organisms are less. So based on the distribution, we find three different type of age pyramids. These age pyramids are very much important for your questions. Now next we come across the carrying capacity. Carrying capacity means the total maximum number of individuals a population can hold, which can provide maximum resources like food, shelter, whatever, and based on that how much individuals can survive that is known as the carrying capacity. Now next we come across an important term, that is the growth models. Now we find two types of growth model in a population, the exponential growth and the logistic growth. Now exponential growth means the type of growth which is continuously growing, the population is continuously growing. Here we find three different phases, the lag phase, the log phase, and the steady phase, or whatever we call it as crash phase. Lag phase means the growth is or size is increasing very slowly. Log phase, the growth takes rapidly, and in declining phase or the steady phase, the growth almost stops. So based on the availability of food and resources in a particular area, the population growth can be exponential. That is, it grows rapidly, and this is denoted by a J-shaped curve. Here n is the number of individuals, t is the time taken, and the formula given is dn dt equal to rn. R is the rate of intrinsic growth, n is the number of individuals, and this is the formula for the exponential growth. Always remember, exponential means growth is very rapid, it is continuously growing and growing. Now next is the logistic growth. In logistic growth, we come across the term carrying capacity. That is the maximum amount of food and resources available to the particular population. So based on that, the growth will first lag phase, it is slow, log phase, abruptly it will grow, and steady phase where the maximum resources are there, and at that particular point the growth of the population will slow down. This is represented by a S-shaped or sigmoidal curve. This is also known as Verhulst-Pearl graph or curve. Now this is denoted by dn dt equal to rn k minus n by k, where r is the rate of intrinsic growth, n is the number of population, and k is the carrying capacity. Now these are all important terms. Now you have to study about the growth models. Growth models are very important. The notes are provided, graphs are there, so draw the graphs. You can draw it together also or separately also. Then age pyramid part is important. If the question comes what are age pyramid, then only you mention these three age pyramids. And if it comes about the age distribution, then you have to mention these three diagrams. Okay, so go through the question first and then only appear the answer, write the answer.